All right, so a lot of people always ask me, how do you know if a Rolex is real or not? And there's a lot of different ways. I've been in the jewelry business for almost 10 years now. Started with one store, and now we have 4 locations here in Central Florida. It's called Orlando Jewelry Buyers. And I've learned a lot along the way. I've learned about diamonds, I've learned about gold, fake silver, fake coins, fake Rolexes, all different types of fake stuff. Sometimes you learn the hard way when you accidentally buy something that's not real and then you figure it out later. We've learned how to invest in better equipment, better tools to save us. But a lot of it comes down to, honestly, the person, the story, and everything else. You could tell a lot by that. So let's take a look. This is a watch that came in just to get a repair done. The customer, I don't know, I didn't speak with them directly to know if they know the watch is not real, but it's a pretty decent fake. It's a better than average fake, and I wanted to take a video before the customer picks it up, so because we're not going to be able to work on it. So let's take a look at the watch. So it came in because one of the dial numbers fell off, which the number 11 there, 11 o'clock fell off, which kind of is a bad sign to start with. The box too, just the material. Again, there's a lot of stuff that you're not going to know because you don't see these every single day. So I try and look at the watch. I see watches pretty much every single day, sometimes multiple watches. Now at the 12 o'clock position here, when you pop the band off, it'll always have the model number engraved in it. And this one here is a pretty good one. Like I said, it's a higher level fake. And the reason being is that it does have a model number and it does say original Rolex design. Now, a lot of things, you just look at it, you can see like between the O and the L, the E and the X. Sorry, I'm shaking. But when you zoom in. Now, the other thing is too, is that this is laser engraved. We're gonna use the magnifier here, take a better look. And it may switch a little bit because the iPhone will switch, but when you look at it, take a look at the way it's actually engraved. All the letters are off. Rolex doesn't let stuff like this out of their factory. There's just no way. Another thing is, you see this below the model number, the engraving, or the machining, I should say, on the watch. Let me get a pointer here to use. So this is another way. This is a way that I caught a fake Daytona a while ago, was that this part right here, this little ridge, the machining is way too rough to be an actual Rolex one. So that's another telltale sign. Another thing is that when you look on the inside, the engraving just isn't right. It's too low, too close to the dial. And I have not Googled the serial number, but a lot of times if you type in Rolex serial and then you put the serial number, which is there at the 6 o'clock, on the newer versions, it's engraved right inside the bezel. A lot of times if it's fake, it'll come up because they end up using the same serial number over and over and over again. Another reason is why when you see an actual real Rolex that has a card, they block out the serial number so that counterfeiters cannot use that real serial number. Another thing is too, at the 6 o'clock here, if you look where it says Swiss made, you see that crown in the glass that's in the crystal. That's not a good one. You shouldn't be able to see it with the naked eye, and you can see that one clear as day. Another thing is too, is that it shouldn't be fully shaded in like that. It should be just the Rolex crown, and it would be made out of like dots, little dots as an outline. This is another telltale sign that on a newer watch, it's not going to have the serial number engraved like that. So that is a fake. And it's not the same watch, but when you look at the dial, if you really magnify it and look at it, usually you can pick up some flaws. A lot of times it's a printed type of dial, and on a real one, let's see, you see there's a real one. See how the lettering is centered on the edge there? It's not so close to the dial. There's a lot of things there that you can look at. And again, when you don't look at a watch every single day, or you don't have a real one next to it to compare it to, it is difficult. So I do not recommend you trying to buy one off the street off of somebody. It's really risky. You work hard probably for your money, just like everyone, so why risk it? This is the actual bracelet. So I have not tested it to scratch test it to see if that, or x-ray it, but the fact of the matter is that when you look at the buckle here, the gold, or what's supposed to be gold, and then you get to the other side of it and you see how it does not wrap around, that's kind of a bad sign right there. That's a pretty quick way to tell if it's faked. That's why when you look at two-tone watches, it's usually quite easy to tell if the watch is going to be fake or not, just by a simple test of the actual gold, or by looking at it like that. So let's see if I'll pull my watch off, and then we can kind of use that, and we can look at it a little bit as far as how the gold is now. So here's the gold on the bracelet, and then you see as it comes around the other side, you see how the piece continues, it's actual all gold. It doesn't stop anywhere, it's the whole machined part. So that's just a real quick, brutal, chopped up video about how to spot fake Rolexes and what to look for. And if you guys want, you can follow me on Instagram. It's you can also look at our website there, and our Instagram is Orlando Jewelry Buyers. All right, thanks.